Mark Zuckerberg came to Nigeria this year, 2025, and once again, he saw their greatest problem, electricity power failure. And while he was with Colonel Afolayan, a filmmaker, the power suddenly went off. Mark Zuckerberg was so shocked because he had never been in a country where there is a lack of electricity. At first, he was afraid, thinking that Nigerian Yahoo boys wanted to kidnap him because he has always banned their Facebook accounts whenever they tried to use it for fraud. So here's the proof of the video.
Brothers and sisters, this video will be a bit long. Kindly bear with me. Dear brothers and sisters, there has been a short clip traveling up and down on the internet, and this makes a few people with common sense wonder if education is that expensive. But I feel that true education is far fading from our societies. People now go to school to read books and pass books, while they locked their senses in their wardrobes. Other times that people normally lock their senses in their wardrobes or in their boxes are during politicking. We are busy destroying ourselves for people who care less about us. Some of them were in the diaspora, they will just rush back home when it is time for election. These people care less about us. They are only interested in enriching their pockets. You see, any good or brave politician whose portfolio gets magnified within 6 months prior to election is a sham. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to repeat it again. Any so-called good politician, brave politician, whose portfolios get magnified within 6 months prior to election is a sham. It is just that most of us we've forgotten to make good use of our senses. We are smart in this nation, but we allow these people to brainwash us. I saw certain bloggers, TikTokers, Facebookers, Instagrammers, and even YouTubers sharing this video and actually being fooled by it. And my question is common sense that rare? Do we hate one another and even ourselves that much?
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze, in the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand as I ride the vibe. Soft rap flowing, let the
Facebook, and I use that a lot. I put video as long as 10 minutes. This morning I woke up and I asked my daughter to do something, and I realized that traveled faster, than the normal Facebook page. The mentions, once you put art and you tag people, it travels a lot. And also one of the effects of Facebook, before the Instagram of this world and the rest came, I made a film in 2007. And we were going to have a premiere in London at the BFI, the London Film Festival. And we were able to pull out a lot of crowd by just using Facebook, because we couldn't afford to use the mainstream television or radio in UK. But everybody was on Facebook, at that time. And this really, really, helped. And this is Nigeria. This is,
that's part of it.
Hello brothers and sisters, I don't just rush to create and put out content. Most times I do allow speculations and seasonal movies and reactions to pass before we talk analytics. We are in the year 2025. Before I start this discussion properly, let me make this clear. There have been questions out there. Do Nigerians have light, or do Nigerians use energy or light in Nigeria? The answers are the following. Yes, most times. Sometimes, not that much, not really. Every Nigerian resident in Nigeria fell into this category, and they will understand the true meaning of my statement.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Fine,
I beg, I want to ask, which place you there? I've been in Nigeria, I've been anywhere.
Nigeria.
Na Nigeria you dey.
Yes.
I beg, I want to ask, una dey get light?
Yes. We dey get light.
How una dey get am?
We dey get sometimes we dey get light very well and sometimes we no go get light.
Okay.
So that you no go bring am around 7 or 8. Come take am in the morning. Sometimes go bring am back 9 or 10. Come take am around 7. Come bring am 11. Yes.
That's for where you dey stay.
Yes.
Okay, so that means na band B una be na.
Yes.
Okay, but your shop now na band A. This shop na band A.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, how una dey take get light for here?
No, here we dey get light very well. Like say with small rainfall like this, the light go get fault and you no go have light.
But na dey get light.
Yes.
I'm selling clothes. I'm just making ready to wear.
Okay.
These are one of them, ready to wear. So in case anybody is interested.
I want to quickly ask you a question.
All right.
Is this light or?
This is Nepal lights.
Okay, this is Nepal
We
light.
normally have lights here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which place are you? Is it Nigeria?
Yes, I'm in Nigeria.
Lagos, Nigeria to be precise, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you normally have lights?
Yes, we have lights.
We are in
here.
Band A.
We're in
Oh,
Band
you are
A.
band A?
Yes.
Yes.
So, band A, they used to have regular lights?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So, since when did they bring this light?
Since morning.
Since morning, there's light in this area.
Since yesterday, there's been
Yes.
light?
Yeah. Even the people that is living around say since yesterday there's been light.
Continuously, like?
Yes.
There's always light?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, you are in band A?
Yes.
Any of you living in band B?
No.
Okay, you are all in band A?
Yes.
And your light is constant?
Yes.
All right, that's just what I want to hear because even I too, my band is band A.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma.
You're
God
welcome.
bless you.
You're welcome.
Some call us Generator Republic. That is okay, they got one thing correct. We have light, irrespective of the source. Yes. Whether we use generator, solar, or from the nation's dam powered by a power plant, also known as generator. At least we are not in darkness. Let me also make it clear. It will be very difficult for every Nigerian to share in the current coming from Nigeria's electricity distribution. That is the absolute truth. We will discuss that in a separate topic. The bigger the population or the higher the population of a country, the lesser their tendency to have constant or stable light distributed all over, especially in the developing nations, where electricity is not privatized completely like in the Western nation.
Facebook, and I use that a lot. I put video as long as 10 minutes. This morning I woke up and I asked my daughter to do something. And
First off, this is neither the present look of Mark nor that of Afolayan. This was a video from 2016. That was 9 years ago, brothers and sisters. Nigeria today is not the Nigeria of 9 years ago, especially in the infrastructural development, youth empowerment, and electricity distribution. But again, do you know the funny thing? Big bloggers from certain nations had a field day. Some people even used AI to generate a reporter reporting about it in 2025, which made it look like it is a recent development.
Mark Zuckerberg came to Nigeria this year, 2025, and once again, he saw their greatest problem, electricity power failure. And while he was with Colonel Afolayan, a filmmaker, the power suddenly went off. Mark Zuckerberg was so shocked because he had never been in a country where there is a lack of electricity. At first, he was afraid, thinking that Nigerian Yahoo boys wanted to kidnap him because he has always banned their Facebook accounts whenever they tried to use it for fraud. So here's the proof of the video.
we couldn't afford to use the mainstream television.
In your quest to tarnish Nigerians' image, you went far to hand over our past to our enemies who are out to use anything they can find against us. Before we address these people, let me even ask, why was this video shared recently to begin with? What is the rationale behind sharing a bad or not so good experience? that happened in an African nation almost a decade ago, just to air your frustration with the recent happening. To me, it does not make sense. Why were you busy digging up such videos, but all the while you enjoyed constant light in 2023, 2024, especially band A's, even before we became officially band A's, you didn't upload the video? How many times did light go off during interviews of foreigners, both black and white foreigners in Nigeria? We know about the epileptic power supply, especially before 2020. But my question is, why? Why, despite knowing about the unsteady power supply, you decided to use NEPA lights during such interview? I find it very hard to believe that people of your caliber, who on a normal day use listers in their homes and in their big estates, you use generator 24 hours despite normal light because you run on estate gen because you want to have uninterrupted power supply. So my question is, how come all of a sudden you decided to switch to NEPA when addressing such a powerful visitor? Because of the intermittent power supply or the power outages, it is always advised to make use of an alternative. There are countries that if you tell me, oh, this happened during interview, I will say yes, because they are mostly reliant on the national power supply, but not in Nigeria. In as much as some estates do have 24 hours power supply from NEPA, but it is always advised for you to have a backup plan. Always use another alternative if you know you are doing something very important.
So I've been going around the world to different cities, and we've been doing town hall Q&As and sitting down with people in the Facebook community and hearing from them about how they use our services and what we could do better. And here in Lagos, I wanted to not just sit down with people in our community, but sit down with developers and entrepreneurs. And the reason for that is there's this energy here. I mean, you feel it as soon as you get off the plane, right? And it's, I think the world needs to see that, right? And, here in Lagos and across the continent, things are changing really quickly, right? I mean, the economy is shifting from a resource-based economy to an entrepreneurial and knowledge-based economy. And you guys are the ones who are leading that change. And not only remaking Lagos and Nigeria, but shaping the whole continent and influencing how things are going to work around the world for the next generation. And I think that that's a story that is underappreciated in a lot of parts in the world. I think that people often don't really have a sense for how much energy there is and what the entrepreneurial spirit is here. And so I just wanted to have a conversation today and talk about that. And it's great to be here with all of you guys. So what I'm hoping to do is, I'm going to share a Facebook tradition with you, which is, we do these town hall Q&As every Friday at the company, where I sit down with any employee who wants to come, and they can come and ask me any question they want. And it's a great opportunity not only for me to share what I'm thinking about or to answer people's questions that they have about the company, but also for me to learn, right? And that's what I feel like I'm here to do is, this is my first trip here. I have a lot to learn. I want to hear what's on your minds, the technical questions, the entrepreneurial questions that you guys have about building businesses, about the ecosystem, anything that you want. I'm here to learn, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to talk to you guys today. So thank you for coming out, and let's do this.
So before we go, I just want to ask, can we do another round of applause? Can we show him a proper, warm Nigerian welcome? Much better. Thank you, my country people.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a first, the question is from the thread. It's from someone named Achilles, and he asks, Mark, what impressions do you have of Nigeria on your first visit? Do they align or contrast with impressions that you've had of the country and its people before you came?
Well, the thing that's striking is the energy, right? The entrepreneurial energy. You know, I think when you're trying to build something, what ends up mattering the most is just who wants it the most, right? A lot of the time, and who cares the most to build it. And you know, you feel that here. As soon as you get off the plane and land and start talking to people, you feel that passion and that entrepreneurial energy. And I can tell you 2 stories just from last night, right? I talked to, you know, probably no more than 100 people, and was just really blown away.
Facebook, and I use that a lot. You know, I put, you know, video as long as 10 minutes. This morning I woke up and I asked my daughter to do something, and I realized that traveled faster, you know, than the normal Facebook page. You know, the mentions, once you put art and you know you tag people, it travels a lot. And I just using Facebook because we couldn't afford to use the mainstream television or radio in the UK.
First off, if you asked me, I would say that this video or whatever that happened in 2016 in this video was staged.
Facebook, and I use that a lot. You know, I put, you know, video as long as 10 minutes. This morning I woke up.
Thank God you brought it out. If it had been from other neighboring nations with at least stable light, it would have made sense that the general light was the only source of light. I see this to be a generator or lister turned off intermittently to make a point. Or they wanted to switch over, and of course it's very brief and light will return. So whatever you saw was orchestrated. It is a simple fact. No one, no agency in their right mind in 2016 or even before 2020 or even in some places now will host a delegate on reliance to NEPA. That is false. That is a scam because they themselves do not depend on NEPA.
Tech cabal, and I quote, "There's been a lot of Facebook related developments in Nigeria, so there's a ton of reasons why Mark may be visiting. First, Free Basics launched in Nigeria and Mark showed his support for the government team. Then, the Zuckerberg initiative invested 24 million in Adela. Also, Facebook's developer workshop is happening tomorrow, and Facebook is partnering with Link to launch express Wi-Fi in Lagos sometime this week." This is Zuckerberg's first visit to Africa, and one of the key reasons why he's here is to learn and take ideas back to California on how to support tech development and entrepreneurship across Africa. The 32-year-old billionaire, after visiting CC Hub, posted on his Facebook page, which reads, "This is my first trip to sub-Saharan Africa. I will be meeting with developers and entrepreneurs and learning about the startup ecosystem in Nigeria. The energy here is amazing, and I'm excited to learn as much as I can. The first place I got to visit was the Co-Creation Hub Nigeria in Yaba. I got to talk to kids at a summer coding camp and entrepreneurs who come to CC Hub to build and launch their apps. I'm looking forward to meeting more people in Nigeria." He now went on to visit Andela, which is an engineering organization that's building the next generation of tech leaders in Africa.
Well, you guys are all a part of something that's really important, and I thank you for that. And it's awesome to get a chance to meet you. So, thank you.
And to end the day, he stopped at an express Wi-Fi stand in Lagos that allows entrepreneurs to set up hotspots that the community can use to access apps built by local developers.
Now, he's one of the world's most powerful people, and he's in Lagos today meeting young entrepreneurs. It's his first trip to sub-Saharan Africa, and the Facebook founder, Mark Zuckerberg, posted this picture online and said, "I'll be learning about the startup ecosystem in Nigeria. The energy here is amazing, and I'm excited to learn as much as I can." Well, we've been asking some people in Lagos what they'd like Mr. Zuckerberg to know about their country, Nigeria.
I just met Mark Zuckerberg. That's what's happening. It was cool, very interesting. He played with my apps, learned a few of our languages, Yoruba, learned our story, so that's a big one for us. Sort of like a stamp of approval in a sense. I mean, for someone who, he's a big name in tech and he understands how the industry works. And then there's a negative perception of Africa and what's happening here. And to see him here in our midst using a product, that is tech related is a huge one. I think it's a big plus.
We've seen people come into...
Yes, power is still epileptic to many Nigerians and in many regions. And let me tell you, if they see constant light, they may not be able to afford it. All band A users, you know what I'm talking about. I will give an example. Our last bill in my shop was almost 500,000. Just 1 month. Many of us are tired. We can't afford such bills. We've been begging them to take us back to band B. In some places in Lagos, they've returned them from band A to band B. But for most of us, they've refused. At least band Bs, they have 17 hours light. They refuse, especially those under postpaid. For prepaid users, they also pay as high as 40,000 through 70,000 per month. That is for Nigeria. But if you travel outside Nigeria and you hear their bills, you will understand. Nothing good is free. Some foreign content creators, especially Ghana, decided to mock Nigerians because of a stage drama in 2016, 9 years ago. And they, in their hatred, didn't verify that it is not a recent development. I am not going to give you the field of day by reacting to your videos. No, I know what I'm. So I'm going to talk using my own platform. How will you feel if we dig up what happened in Ghana when Cardi B visited Ghana in 2019? That is even more recent than the video of Mark in 2016. Please let us go to Ghana. In 2019, Cardi B visited Ghana from Nigeria. She came to Nigeria. She enjoyed herself. And from there, she entered Ghana. Her journey there were marked in drama. First, she was accused of snubbing a meet and greet with their celebrities. Then when she was performing in Ghana while the concert was on, the light went out. This is Ghana that boasts of lights, that had the temerity, the audacity to mention the name Nigeria. We are talking about a nation with a history of power outages when there are international presence. In March 2024, just last year, at Cape Coast Stadium, lights went out twice during Ghana's opening game of the women's football at the African Games against Ethiopia. For 20 minutes, and there was a halt in the football, true of us. Meanwhile, when they came to Nigeria in 2022, and after their training, they were meant to leave. These are the same people that said, oh, Nigeria is not safe, Nigeria is not safe. Yeah, they went to Nigeria. They trained at night. Instead of them to leave the stadium, they refused. In another man's country. That is a stadium with proper maintenance. And when you go to people's nation, you respect them, respect their decisions. That is what you've been crying about. You've been shouting that Nigerians, oh, they don't respect your decisions in your nation. But you went to our own country and started feeling entitled to use our property late night when we said leave. So one of the maintenance workers on duty, after signaling them several times to go verbally, switched off some part of the stadium light. It was light off and on as a signal. So many of you in Nigeria, you know that sometimes when someone wants to signal you to leave a particular place, what do? They will switch off the light. It is a signal for you to leave. Time up. Despite the fact that the truth was told by one of the reporters, these people twisted it and stated that lights went off in Nigeria, a whole stadium, and they were having a field day. You will see, you will feel, you will understand the level of hatred they have for Nigeria.
No, yes, a generator not take Ghana. A generator stop this. There is a generator for Ghana. Ghana not get 24 hours light. They not disable of now. This is Ghana. This is a generator that they say here. Boss, how much is this generator? 155,000. 155,000. Yeah. But this is generator in Ghana. Yeah. So I know what they hear say original one in Ghana. I know what you say they say no generator for Ghana. There is generator in Ghana. You get better one. You know they use waiting. 247. Who tells you light day 247? The one they selling generator is like 247. If light day, they don't go sell generator. If light day, they don't go sell. You say what? Light day. Yeah. But why don't they sell generator?
Oh, for business purposes.
For business purposes. Yeah. So there's no 24 hours light.
There's 24 hours light, but
why are those people on enjoy? If there's no 24 hours light. But you have a generator in Ghana.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to know that. I don't hear the argument. You can't compare Nigeria. He said, okay, come.
There's even small generator.
There's small generator. This one is for companies.
Yeah.
This one is for companies.
For houses.
For houses, offices. There's generator in Ghana. That is not I want to hear that.
There's generator in Ghana. Yes, generator in Ghana.
Don't provoke me. Don't angry.
You can't do. Generator.
Show them the address.
See the address.
We are talking about a nation whose power outage interrupted a debate on the president's State of the Nation's address. I don't care to know the reasons. You should have also asked questions about ours before your hatred online.
So now the light us say lights made a day for Ghana. Maybe generator with this. Is this? They're going to call us Generator Republic. Nigerians, man, I don't believe them. Lights, they go. Lights, they go. They follow for Generator Republic. So when I hear them, let you know me like I'm lying to you. This is in Ghana. Like, let me show you one or two things. You understand? See how? This is in Ghana, not in Nigeria, I believe. Generator is on. So, all those our banter, whether the banter also no get lights. Some places for Ghana lights they go. Maybe every light they go just at some time. Or just at the light they do most time. And also for some places for my country, my beloved country, Nigeria, lights they day 247 too. So generator they do. I am announcing to the world now. Even for Ghana self, I'm going to where they go now. I dey go enter bike like this. I don't know when last I enter bike for Nigeria. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe anything you see in the yard and buy. This one now. Ghana now, Ghana Republic. See that now? Ghana now, Ghana Republic. Oh, no. They see them. They are lying to us. They are deceiving us. They are making us feel like they are the only ones that have all these things. So even then they suffer.
How dare you Ghanaians even lift your cameras to mock Nigerians? In that same year, Dumso was your nickname.
The race to avoid a national power shutdown is on as the Energy Minister John Jinapop scrambles to find billions of cedis to purchase liquid fuel to power electricity generating plants. Now, the Energy Minister told members of Parliament on the Energy Committee that the country currently has less than 3 days of liquid fuel in stock. Now, while some more fuel has been ordered, funds are not available as we speak now to pay for this. Now, the minister is expected to make desperate last-minute digital efforts at cabinet to secure the necessary funds to make these payments. We can listen to him in his briefing with members of the Energy Committee of Parliament.
Thank you, Chairman. Today, as I sit here this morning, my headache is how to get the next parcel of liquid fuel. The fuel we have to take us 2.6 days. We've placed order for fuel, but it has to be paid. We've procured some fuel on credit and working with the Ministry of Finance to pay. But the truth is that the Ministry of Finance also has its limits.
When exactly did Ghana start enjoying the so-called stable light? If you're a Band A user in Nigeria, you may be a bit set back in Ghana major cities like Accra. Okay, because the reliable or the stable light is Band B. That is 17 hours through 19 hours light. Band A users in Nigeria have a minimum of 21 hours light, but it is mostly 23 through 24 hours. Some weeks, it doesn't blink for Band A users. According to a report from PHCN, there are 1.8 million Band A customers in Nigeria. Now, 1.8 million customers means 1.8 million meters under band A. Some compounds of 15 to 30 people may use only 1 meter in Lagos State. That's just one customer. So when you multiply it, you will realize that over 40 million Nigerians are under band A. Above 40 million people in Nigeria are currently enjoying band A light, which is light between 20 to 24 hours daily. Now, of course, you know we are over 230 million in Nigeria. So when you say 40 million and above, let's say between 40 to 45 or 50 million Nigerians, it is still low, right? Which is, say, 1/5. It is still very low, right? However, that number is bigger than the entire Ghana and so many African nations put together.
The honorable member who presented the business statement to have talked about the electricity situation. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I read the Electricity Company of Ghana scheduled outages on March 11 and 12 across Ashanti, Volta, Greater Accra and Tema, while unscheduled cuts like 24-hour blackouts were reported. And Mr. Speaker, this compounded the suffering of households, students who are in school, and the business community. Mr. Speaker, these frequent power outages obviously interrupt business and the studies of students. And Mr. Speaker, I would plead with the Minister for Energy to come to this House to provide a clear schedule. And this can only be done if the leader of government business takes this matter up.
That is the honest truth. Let's go a little bit back to 2016. In 2016, only 4 countries had access to stable power supply: Egypt, Tunisia, Morocco, and Algeria. These nationalities aren't mocking Nigerians. No black nation in Africa had stable light in 2016. So even if Mark Zuckerberg experienced a power outage in 2016, no African in Africa has the authority to mock Nigerians, because even then, there were places in Nigeria with 20 to 22 hours power supply, though it was epileptic in many places. Many Nigerians then shared timetable. There was light, but currently it is better. Those of you in Southeast, like in Onitsha, like Awada, Obosi, and the rest of them, they were doing what we call load shedding timetable. So we'll have 2 days uninterrupted power. The next day they may not have. The next 2 days, the same thing. The same applicable in so many places in Lagos. Why in some places in Lagos you just see light, right? I don't even want to talk about South Africa because theirs is the worst. Frequent blackout, load shedding. Your power plants are up to 50 years, dilapidated, and has operational failures. Eskom is burdened with massive debts. Imagine ports like Charcoal Port calling modern kettle black. Last year, no flight could land or depart from Cape Town International Airport because there was no light and no strong backup plant or generator working. Look at the people whose access to energy dropped from 94% to 50%. You are retrogressing, not progressing. Let no one tell me to relax, that it is just for fun. Anyway, if it was just for fun, well, this one is also for fun. There is nothing fun about this. You people are constantly demarketing Nigeria with these lunatics. Do not bring it up if it is not recent about your nation. These people are busy trying to bury theirs, and you celebrity are busy bringing shame to your nation. There is a major blackout in a part of Europe. There can be blackout anywhere in so many nations currently. Some of you celebrities are our biggest problems. You have huge numbers, yet instead of using your platform to speak up for the people and speak the truth, yours is to drive propaganda. You tarnish our image, but most of you have diplomatic passport. Some of you came from rich families and your kids' future guaranteed. Meanwhile, the main person talking about the real ills of the nation, the real wasmos in the nation, them carry and put for sale. Thank God they've released him. We have a lot of problems. Address them without going backward to dig up an information that shouldn't or that doesn't have any relevance to the future. You guys brought it out. What did you gain? Just to go viral, just to remain relevant, just to feed your pocket. Some of you drive propaganda. Did you see how many Nigerians fell into that trap and believed it as a recent occurrence and used their hands to even share it, to even make mockery of themselves? Now they do ourselves, and we are busy helping these lunatics from 2 major African nations to demarket us. Enough of all this propaganda. Falsehood everywhere. They are all lies.
Walking down the streets, feeling the breeze. In the sunshine state where dreams come with ease. Palm trees swaying with the ocean in view. This is the place where I always feel brand new. Sipping on a smoothie, chilling by the shore. Got my shades on, feeling like I can't be ignored. Sun-kissed skin, feeling so alive in the soft rap game. I strive to thrive. Waves crashing on the sand.